Hello and welcome. I'm Stephen, and today we're going to discuss the Champions League first leg against Real Madrid. But first, we've got a few other things to touch on. I'm going to start with the FA Cup game at the weekend because I think that's put us in a really good position for this match in terms of fitness of some of the players, the form of some of the squad players as well. So I think that's worth discussing because Newcastle was a potentially difficult game, as Barcelona saw last night. We made 10 changes. I didn't really like it to start with because I thought Savio and Ryan is in the same team away from home is simply not for me. And Stones and Ake would be too rusty for such a game in which Newcastle are intense and have a lot of pace, etc. But what do I know? What do I know? Because after the first 10 minutes where, there was getting the line sorted out, things were, as expected, a little bit rusty. After that, I thought the team was excellent. I mean, obviously they score, but there's no point belly aching over goals like that when we concede them because that's the price on the ticket. City defend a high line, and on occasion, the passer will make it in time, the runner will run on time, and our offside trap won't be as perfect as it needs to be. So, and then that then leaves the person who finishes it, and it was an excellent finish by Harvey Barnes. So we can sit here and pull to pieces goals like that, but I'm not really interested in doing so because it was just a good goal on it. It's the way we play. They counter the way we play, and at such a high level, these things happen. And talking of the defence with Stones, I mean, it was a class apart, wasn't it? It was a class apart in that game. I mean, I like Mark Gay. Don't get me wrong. I thought shit against Nottingham Forest, but let's put that to one side. I think he's been a fantastic signing, just what we need. I thought John Stones just shown that he's a class above. And Nathan Ake was the player I wanted to play away at United all those weeks ago. A steady Eddie coming in and doing the business. But then we also had the opposite side, didn't we? Of players who could have done a little bit better. Excuse me, Reinders. Reinders. Now you can run the argument all you like. Oh, at least he's in the box, and at least he's getting chances. That argument to me only goes so far, particularly when you have three clear chances and you miss the target with all of them. If goalkeepers are having worldies and clearing things off the line, etc., that's one thing. But to miss the target with at least three, it's not good enough, in my view, particularly at this stage of the season. But I think that was a small issue, given the overall team performance, whether that's Nico Gonzalez, whether that's Marmouche, as I mentioned, Stones, Kusinov again, superb. But Savio, I think he deserves a mention from the weekend. Was that his best game for us? I remember the Champions Shield when he made his debut. I thought, he looks good. And then we played Chelsea away. I thought, he looks good. Then we played Arsenal at home and he got a great assist for Haaland. But then since then, I thought he's shite. Offered nothing. And hardly scored. So yeah, I think that's definitely his best game for us. Certainly in 12 months, maybe longer. Wasn't a 10 out of 10 performance by any means, but it was very, very good, particularly against what's he called, Hall. Can't remember his first name now. Because I think he's really good. Every time we play him, he's a standout player. What's his name? Hall, I can't remember. But he's very, very good. And Savio, he scored, didn't he? He scored. I mean, what was that goal? Did he mean it? I don't think he had a clue what was going on. I thought he just stood there and it hit him. Because he wasn't running forward in anticipation of the cross whilst it was deflected. He wasn't steaming in there waiting to get the tackle. And if a finish like that doesn't go in, I don't expect him to be taken off like Sterling was against Burnley all those years ago. And, you know, and then he had that when Stones did that KDB like pass to him, he didn't really do anything with it. But nevertheless, it's something to build on, and I'm not going to pick holes in it because I thought it was very good. And we haven't had many very, very, very good performances from him since he's been here. So let's not get too negative with the negatives. And let's hope he can build on it. Same with Marmoush, 2 excellent finishes. Touch. I mean, this is really good, weren't it? Both really good goals. And it looks like it might be coming together. But that performance makes it even more strange that he didn't get on the pitch against Forest when we were looking for a goal. It's a bit weird, isn't it? It's a bit weird. But nevertheless, a fantastic team performance, and onwards and upwards. So that brings us on nicely to the Champions League. Our players looking good. We're in form. Leicester Forest result. People coming back from injury. Experiences coming back. So yeah, it's Champions League for us. But first, I mean, this wasn't in my notes. I wrote these notes yesterday. This wasn't in them. I wasn't going to touch on it. But Spurs last night. Spurs. Jesus Christ. I watched it, and they looked very much like Sunderland Until I Die. I don't know if you watched that, but it obviously catastrophizes what happens on the pitch. They'll chop it to make it look like it's a total shit show. Well, there was no chopping and creative editing needed yesterday. It was a live for TV event, and they were a disaster. Now, I don't rate Vicario at all. I think he's one of the worst goalkeepers in the league. So to then drop him for someone who hasn't played since October in a Champions League knockout round in one of the most difficult stadiums in Europe is big, right? And you put this guy in, and then after 15 minutes you're taking him off. I mean, that is bad. That is really bad. You've got to either explain why you play this guy in the first place, explain why after 15 minutes you changed your mind, which is pretty obvious, but also explain why you didn't give any sort of public comfort when he come off, which I thought was pretty cool. But then you look from Vicario's point of view. The manager, an hour earlier, must have said to him, "You're no good. I'm dropping you for this guy." And then in 15 minutes later, it's, "Oh, quick, come on, get on, quick, get on, quick." It just seemed a complete shit show for Tottenham. However, if there is a however, on the bright side, hiring Tudor has gone that wrong that they can't keep him. So there is no decision to make. There is no, oh, well, we won a couple of games. Oh, a few players are improving. Oh, this, oh, that. None of it. The plane is crashing. It's not a debate about whether 1 or 2 engines are failing. The fucking thing's falling out of the sky very, very quickly. So, you want a manager to hit the ground running. This guy's missed the ground. He's hopeless. And talking about Tottenham's selection manager, to hire this guy on a temporary basis, surely part of the conversation is, listen, we bought Conor Gallagher, 40 million quid. We made him our highest earner, 200 grand a week. Do you see a position for him in this team? If the answer is no, we're going to have to look somewhere else. So he's played Atletico Madrid away, Conor Gallagher on the bench, Crystal Palace at home, Conor Gallagher on the bench. Now, I don't rate Conor Gallagher at all, but I'm not the bloke who bought him for 40 million, am I? So what do you do with that? You got Javi Simmons bought in the summer. Again, don't look that good, but you've got technical directors buying players and then hiring a manager who didn't want to play them. That's not right, particularly if you're hiring on a temporary basis. What can we get out of the current squad, the people that we spent a lot of money on and hoping to retain some value for? But he's gotten that wrong. I mean, by the time this comes out, which will be about 2:00 UK time, it wouldn't surprise me if he's gone. But I don't know where they go. I don't know where they go from it. I don't really care that much, to be honest, but I just thought it was quite an interesting way to look at it. I mean, any players when they were taken off. So I like to think they've gone anyway. Talking about Harry Redknapp, getting him back in. Jesus Christ. Maybe you want him to do the Martin O'Neill work. Shake a few hands and make people feel a bit better, but there's something going on at that place. Something going on. And Van der Ven nearly sent off again. I mean, and slipping all over the place. Now, if the BT Sport commentators know that Atletico Madrid's ground is a slippery pitch, why does Spurs' analysts not know that? Why aren't they telling the goalkeeper to boot it forward? And well, you're settling in, let's just get it forward and let's calm down, rather than put yourself under pressure. I don't know. But it was funny, wasn't it? I've never seen anything like it in real time. So it was really good fun. Right, okay, now to us. Real Madrid away, first leg of the knockouts. What do we reckon? What do I reckon? I think we'll win. We played there once already. They didn't have Mbappe then. They're not likely to have him again today. In good shape, broadly speaking, I think. I don't think there's anything pressing, any major hole in our team that we need filling. People on the pundits saying our defence is poor and gettable and shaky. I just simply don't accept that at all. I don't accept that. The back line as individuals are not the problem, in my view. If we have a problem, it's the balance of the midfield in front of it and the pressing in front of that. But from an individual point of view at the back, I don't think we've got a problem. But they've got a lot of injuries. So Rodrigo out, Mbappe out, Bellingham out, and a few others out. So I went to the Manchester Evening News website to have a look at the predicted 11 of Real Madrid. And they go with Courtois in net, Alexander-Arnold at right back, Dean Huijsen, Rudiger, Mendy, although I think he is a doubt, Valverde, Tchouaméni and Camavinga in midfield, Brahim Diaz, Goulet and Vinicius Jr. up front. Now, I've said they've got a lot of injuries, but as you look at every individual one of those, you think, well, he's good. But from a balance, experience, and general aura perspective, there's not a lot there, I don't think. We can go through them. Courtois, obviously, top, but can he go on forever? Alexander-Arnold, we've all seen the problems he's had at the back with certain wingers and the general lack of awareness in defensive capabilities. Dean Huijsen and Rudiger, decent enough. And Rudiger's a bit of a thug, decent enough defenders. Mendy, good player, isn't it? But like I said, he's come back from injury. I believe he's a bit of a doubt. Then midfield, Valverde, Tchouaméni and Camavinga. I like them all. I think they're all really good. But I wouldn't want them all three of them playing together in the midfield. No way, because they don't. I think they're quite limited in what they should do. In terms of breaking us down, we should have enough there. Brahim Diaz, I've never rated him in any way, so I'm not concerned with him. And Goulet, the Turkish guy, Goulet, I think his name is. I like him. Seen him quite a bit for Real Madrid. Seen him at Turkey. I like him, but is he this level? I don't know. Maybe he is in a fully functioning, fully fit Real Madrid team. Is he in this sort of injury-ravaged outfit? Maybe not. Hopefully not. And Vinicius Jr., well, we all know what he could do. But I think we should have enough to contain him. One concern, I don't know if it's a concern or not, our form against interim managers this season has been pretty shit, hasn't it? So we had Chelsea, an interim manager, who drew 1-1. Michael Carrick, interim manager. We got Habib. I'm sure there's another one, and they've got Arbeloa as an interim now, but after getting rid of Xabi Alonso. Bad results, haven't they? They got beat off Getafe the other week. A scrape past Celta Vigo with injury time winner the other day. But I don't want to say it's it's Real Madrid, like it's Liverpool, it's United, it's Barcelona. But we've seen Pep over the years play the stadium, play the ground, play the badge, play the history, rather than the players on the pitch. We've been there once this season already, having all our players seemingly in a pretty good space. I think we should be going there winning. like pretty, like just win it, just to turn it over, and that's pretty. I'm not saying straightforward, but we've got to be confident, haven't we? I mean, if I was them, I reckon they would bite your hand off for a draw right now. Bite your hand off for a draw, and then take their chances back at the Etihad with a few more players fit, etc. But I don't see a reason why we can't go there with a 2-goal lead. The 2-goal lead, really. And I've if you look at my predicted 11, and I've just realised what I've done with my predicted 11. It's a little bit. What's one of controversial? Is it? Is this a controversial lineup? Let's have a look. In net, Donnarumma, no ifs, no buts. Trafford did okay against Newcastle, but he's never going to come into this game unless Pep Guardiola fancies doing an Igor Tudor, which I doubt he will. Right back, I'm going to go for Kusanov for a couple of reasons. One, Núñez played against Forest. He was shit. He played against Newcastle. It was very good, but I think this extra game will probably be one too many. So we'll be looking for an alternative right back. I'd go with Kusanov. He's defensively minded. He's solid, and he's rapid. So that should help us against Vinicius. So I'm going for that. I'm going for Kusanov. And he's played in the Bernabéu before and wasn't phased. I think it was his second game. He wasn't phased, and he's got better since. No reason not to play Kusanov. I'm going for John Stones at the back. I thought he was out of his world against Newcastle, and I thought Mark Gay struggled against Forest. I know he did play on the weekend, but I think Stones, he's fit. He's very, very good. Get him in until he becomes unfit again. There's no point resting him because he's just going to go down anyway. So you might as well play him until he goes down within reason. So get John Stones in at the back. Get the old band back together. The old Champions League winning centre half back together. Stones and Diaz. Because like I said, I thought Gay was poor, and I'm not saying drop him, but Stones is the man at the moment anyway. And Ruben Diaz in there. I think over the next 12 months, he might be, I don't want to say phased out, but I can see Gay and Kusanov being our two set of defenders after the next year or so. But he's still more than enough to offer in a game such as this. So Ruben Diaz, Stones, Kusanov, and Aït-Nouri at left back. I didn't know how to set it up. Whether it's a right at left back, cheeky midfield, and an extra forward, but I think we'll be looking to, with Stones, with Aït-Nouri, these are players who keep the ball. They're very good at keeping the ball. And Aït-Nouri is a threat. And the more threat we can get on Alexander-Arnold's side, the better, as far as I'm concerned. Midfield 3, I don't think it picks itself because I think there are perms that you can use. But we saw against Forest what our midfield looked like without O'Reilly, and it struggled, I thought. I know people raved about that performance, but I thought that performance against Forest wasn't great. I know did we have control, or did Forest have us right where they wanted us? I thought a lot of the fan podcast media afterwards was overly generous to drawing 2-2 on to Nottingham Forest. I couldn't believe I was listening to on some occasions. So I think O'Reilly needs to go in there from a legs, physicality, and also goal threat. And again, he will be on the side of ignoring Doku and obviously Alexander-Arnold there. So hopefully we can really get some joy down that side. Drake will obviously play. I don't think there's any two ways about that. I know it's a lot. We've got West Ham at the weekend. Well, West Ham are third bottom in the division. Nico Gonzalez played against Newcastle and was superb. Nico Gonzalez can surely play away at West Ham. And if he can't, and Ivy is no good to us anyway. So, no, Roger for this. West Ham will take care of itself. I'm not concerned about West Ham away. Gee, if we're worried about West Ham away, what we doing here? What we doing here? Our squad is fully fit and firing. It'll be fine. Famous last words, maybe, but you never know. Bernardo Silva, yeah, he's got his faults. Maybe he shouldn't play against West Ham away, but he should play today. He's got what we need. He's got the experience. We saw it against Liverpool away. This is his bag. He drops deep. He can come in the front line to press. He goes back to Donnarumma to pick the ball up. as we saw against Leeds, him and Rodgers, wasn't it? But we probably won't need that with Stones back there if Stones plays. So yeah, I think that midfield picks itself. Doku, I'd play him primarily because of his previous against Trent Alexander-Arnold. I'd play him on that basis. If Trent Alexander-Arnold sees Doku's name on the team sheet, he's not going to be happy, is he? He's not going to fancy it. So get 60 minutes out of Doku and get him off for Savio or Marmoush or someone. Because I think Haaland obviously play up front, him against Rudiger, let them two look after themselves, and then everybody else can. So I don't expect Haaland to do much from a build-up or even touching the ball perspective. I think his job will be keep Rudiger away from the action and let everybody else sort of buzz around that. But I've gone to Cherki up front or in the front line, and that's partly due because I forgot about Semenyo. That was part of it. But again, on Semenyo, he's not scored, he's not touched, he's not involved a lot. It wasn't involved against Leeds, wasn't involved against Forest, other than scoring. And I think as Real Madrid, you need everyone to be comfortable on the ball and comfortable in tight spaces from the start initially. Don't give them any encouragement. So if you look at Doku, no one will take the ball off Doku. Cherki, no one takes the ball off him. Bernardo, no one takes the ball off him. All these players are sort of untackleable if you look at if you think it like that. So yeah, get in there, get the fouls, do the small passes, keep them quiet, don't give them any encouragement, and then from the bench, I think we can do them some real damage from the bench. When you look at what lands beyond there, Semenyo, Marmoush, Savio, yeah, Nico Gonzalez. If we need someone to come on and help shore it up. So yeah, I'm extremely confident of winning this match. Probably more confident as I'm looking at that team than I was when I started talking. The Real Madrid lineup will probably be a little bit different because that's the evening news. You know, maybe Mark have got a more up-to-date one or whatever it is. But either way, they're missing some of their best players, and we're not. They have an interim manager. We have one of the best managers in history. I think we are in a very good. If we're not in a good position now, well, when are we going to be? So, yeah, I'm very confident of leaving there. I think we'll score 3 goals. There we go. There we go. And we're going to score 3, and let's see what they do. And I think we'll be very comfortable for the second leg. I hope we are comfortable with the second leg because I'm away, so I might be able to watch it. Or hopefully we should be okay. And then that puts us in a really good position then to take people off maybe in this game to rest of West Ham, or maybe rotate a little bit more in the second leg depending on the state of the second leg. But I think from their point of view, they'll be happy with the draw, given their injury record, and it takes about the FA to take from there. I think our chances now. If he's going back for a shootout in the second leg, a draw, anything can happen. Man sent off, they're brilliant. Whatever it is, they are now weaker than they normally would be. So today is the day to go and make that count. So my prediction is Real Madrid 0, Manchester City 3. Haaland, Turkey, and Semenyo off the bench. There we go. Real Madrid 0, Manchester City 3. And we'll leave it there and we'll back for a review in probably tomorrow. But yeah, so if you made it this far, thank you. Please like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell because I do have a strange work schedule, so I don't post religiously. So yeah, please hit the notification bell and subscribe. That does help. So yeah, I'm very confident. Let's leave it there and onwards and upwards, and I'll see you for the review tomorrow. Thank you.